Welcome to Hustle Mesh. I'm Jake Jacob. In the previous video, we saw how to create long-form videos using AI. So in that specific video, I mentioned that AI is evolving rapidly and new models are coming up almost every month. So it's been only 2 days since I published that video and Kling 3.0 have already been released. So it's a completely new model and it seems like it's a game-changing model. So let's see what are the major upgrades. So Kling 3.0 supports 15-second clips. So this is huge for us. Why? It will save time and effort. Previously, when we had to create 10-minute long videos, we had to create 60 videos of 10-second durations. Now we just need to create 40 videos of 15-second durations. So which is a huge win for us. And the second major thing is like now it supports multi-shot. Now it supports multi-shot in a single output, which means the output is going to be more cinematic. And third feature is flexible duration control. Now Kling provides a slider where we can control the duration of output from anywhere from 3 seconds to 15 seconds. Now coming to fourth one. Now it supports start and end frame. Kling 2.0 only supported start frame. Here we can also input the end frame. And the fifth feature is the element reference. With element reference, just like inside Nano Banana Pro, you can provide images as reference, which means better character consistency. So these were only the major updates. There are multiple other things also. Kling, on top of this, Kling claims better realistic emotions in output. Seems like we'll have better audio control when it comes to multi-character scenes. On the surface, it seems like a massive upgrade, but on the reality, it is just a smart unification of the previous Kling models, Kling 2.0, Kling 0.1, and Kling motion control. In that perspective, 15-second duration and multi-shot are the big upgrades for. So now let's roll on the channel intro and then let's see the details.
I've already selected the Kling 3.0 model inside Higgsfield, and you can immediately see the changes in the input interface. First, we now have options for both start frame and end frame, giving much better control over how each scene begins and finishes. Next, there's a multi-shot toggle, which allows Kling to generate multiple cinematic shots in a single output. If you want audio in your generation, you can simply keep the sound option on, or turn it off if you're working silent and adding audio later. Here, you'll also notice the new element reference section. This isn't just about uploading a single character image anymore. It's a much more powerful consistency system. We already had it in Kling 0.1. I'll explain this in detail shortly. Now, the biggest upgrade, 15-second clip generation. When you click on duration, you get a slider that lets you choose anywhere between 3 seconds and 15 seconds for each output. Earlier, we were limited to just 5 seconds or 10 seconds. This is especially useful for storytelling and short films. Sometimes you only need a quick 3-second shot to capture a reaction or emotion. So not only do we get longer scenes, we also save credits on shorter ones. And as usual, it supports 2 resolutions, 720p and 1080p, which is perfect for now. Now let's move to some real output. We'll create a few videos using Kling 3.0 and see how good the results actually are. And in some cases, we'll also compare them directly with Kling 2.6 so you can see the differences. I'm especially excited to test the multi-shot feature, so let's start there. When you toggle the multi-shot option, you'll see the ability to add up to 5 custom shots in a single generation. For each shot, you can write a separate prompt, control the duration of that shot. Just keep in mind, the total time across all shots can't exceed 15 seconds. Now, let's quickly build a cinematic battle scene prompt using ChatGPT and test the multi-shot. We already have our prompt ready. ChatGPT has broken the battle scene into 5 shots of 3 seconds each, perfectly fitting the 15-second limit. I also asked it to include short dialogue lines so we can test Kling's audio generation along with the visuals. Now let's copy each shot one by one into Kling 3.0. It starts with explosions across the battlefield, then a soldier running through the chaos shouting, "Move! Move!" He dives behind a tank for cover, cuts to fighter jets flying overhead, and finally comes back to the soldier yelling, "We hold the line." Alright, let's hit generate and wait. Since this is an early release, the queue is insanely long. Can you guess how long this took? Over 5 hours. Yeah, more than 5 hours just for this one clip. Anyway, let's play the output.
Move! Move! Just stay like
Wow. That's actually impressive. It's not perfect, but it's impressive. The shot transitions look really good, and the multi-shot flow feels cinematic and coherent. The muzzle flashes and explosions still look a bit VFX heavy, not fully realistic yet, but overall, I'm genuinely happy with the result. Let's watch it one more time and break it down shot by shot. Shot 1 matches the prompt well, and the opening explosions look realistic. In shot 3, the dialogue seems to be missing, or possibly whispered too softly to notice. The bombing scene feels less realistic and more VFX-like, and in shot 5, Kling again skips the dialogue. But overall, I'm happy with the result, and we definitely can't judge Kling 3.0 based on just one output. So let's take it a step further and recreate the same scene using a single prompt. For this test, we'll turn off multi-shot and paste the full scene as one single text prompt. I'll also tweak it slightly. The final line will be spoken by a second soldier so we can test multi-character audio handling. This is the prompt we'll use. Now, let's generate and see how the output looks.
We hold this line, no matter what.
Then we hold it together.
Again, the output looks really good. I actually liked this one better than the previous one. The multi-character audio handling is impressive, although the final dialogue is slightly off in terms of lip sync. Now I'm curious how the same prompt performs in Kling 2.6. Let's take a look at that output.
We hold this line, no matter what.
Then we hold it together.
This one looks decent as well. Of course, it doesn't support multi-shot, but it still surprised me, especially that final cut to the tank scene. Now let us see a 15-second long clip without any cuts. The prompt used is shown in screen, it as a scene where a man searches for his lost dog in a rainy park and reunites with it. We will provide this to Kling 3.0 and Kling 2.6 and see both outputs.
Buddy! Buddy, where are you? I found you. I won't lose you again. Buddy! Buddy! Where are you? I found you. I won't lose you again.
This clearly shows that Kling 3.0 is a solid upgrade. There was a slight face morphing effect when the camera rotated, but aside from that, the emotions, dialogue, and ambient sounds are noticeably better in Kling 3.0. I also think the prompt could have been written more clearly. Both models misunderstood the final part, which is why an extra dog appeared in the scene. I've seen a few claims on X that we can use an image grid, basically a storyboard, as input for Kling 3.0. So let's put that to the test. We'll use this grid image showing an athlete in a swimming competition as the start frame and pair it with a simple prompt. Generate the frames in sequence as per the storyboard. Now let's check the output. The result was interesting, but not quite what we expected. With a more refined prompt, we'd probably get better control. In one shot, water droplets were flying upward, completely defying gravity, and it also struggled with the top-down angle. At one point, it even switched to a female swimmer, then morphed into a distorted figure. Now let's test character consistency using the element reference feature. This actually existed earlier in Kling 01, and it's now built directly into Kling 3.0. First, you need to create an element. To do that, you upload multiple images of your subject and add a text description. For example, I created an element called Jake's Airport about a month ago for a short film. I uploaded 3 photos, one front-facing shot, one left profile, and one right profile. So the model understands the character from different angles. Now let's use this element in a real test. In the prompt field, I'll write a cinematic shot of Jake's airport standing with their back to the camera in a misty forest. He turns around and runs toward the camera. I changed walk to run to add more motion. To save time in the queue, I'll set the duration to 10 seconds. To push it further, I'll also use a start frame, an image of a person standing in a forest with their back to the camera. Now let's hit generate. The character turns back and walks, even though we asked for a run. It seems Kling decided walking was good enough for this scene. It did use the same face from the element reference, but the facial clarity isn't quite up to my expectations in the output. That said, the visuals and sound effects are still handled fairly well overall. Now let's look at a few more example outputs.
Today, 綺麗だね。
あなたと一緒だから。
I hope you enjoyed those examples. I made sure to include both good and bad results. One thing is clear. If the prompting isn't solid, the output won't be either. And in most cases, providing a start frame significantly improves the results. Now, if you're already using Higgsfield or planning to subscribe, you're probably wondering how much does Kling 3.0 actually cost. Here's a quick breakdown. A 15-second clip in 1080p with audio costs 30 credits. The same 15-second clip without audio costs 23 credits. A 10-second clip with audio costs 20 credits. Without audio, it's 15 credits. A 3-second clip without audio costs 5 credits. With audio, it's 6 credits. Right now, I'm on the creator plan, which normally costs $150 per month. I got a discount this month and paid $89, but starting next month, it goes back to $150. The creator plan includes unlimited 2K Nano Banana Pro generations, 6,000 credits per month. Higgsfield is also running a promotional offer where you can get the same plan for around $37 per month for 2 years, but personally, I'm a bit cautious with annual subscriptions. So for now, I'm sticking with the monthly plan. Hopefully, this gives you a clear idea of the cost involved in generating AI videos, especially if you're considering a subscription.
So overall, Kling 3.0 isn't just a feature upgrade. It unified multiple things, plus the feature upgrades. Longer clips, multi-shot scenes, better character consistency. So instead of juggling multiple models, now everything resides in a single unified system. So effectively, this is going to save our time and effort. However, if you are using Higgsfield like me, this might not be the right time to explore. Currently, there is a huge waiting time which results in delayed generations for Kling 3.0. Hopefully things will get better. I hope this video was useful. If you think so, consider subscribing. Thank you.